We have a table flipping chapter ahead of us because we have a lot of dissension in the church, and a key person is leaving and denouncing the church. So Ezra Booth is obviously a convert. They all are, but he was part of the small elect choice people that went to Missouri. And as he was leaving to Missouri, he had a little bit of doubt. But then when he gets to Zion, he's disappointed. He's disappointed in what he thought it should look like. He thought that it would be this, he thought it lacked necessities and comfort. And people, nothing is out there. It's like prairie land. And so he's disappointed. And then when he comes back from Missouri back to Ohio with everyone, he just not with it. And actually, when Joseph and the whole little crew came back from Missouri to Ohio, Joseph actually found a lot of dissension kind of creeping into the church while he was away. And Ezra, why does my lipstick look so weird? It's like orange, bright orange. What filter am I using? I don't know. So Ezra, what am I saying about him? Oh, I think he's just, disappointed. Okay. Where am I? I don't know. So Ezra is disappointed. He's actually disappointed in lots of things, just not with how Zion turned out, but he's disappointed in how Joseph is running things, and he is voicing his discontentment, and he is a loud voice of discontentment, and there's already dissension among the church, mostly because a lot of these leaders who were supposed to help teach left to Missouri. Which really just allowed members to go with their own way of things and how they think things should go. And so this revelation is obviously a little bit of response to Ezra Booth. Also Isaac Morley, who was his companion through Missouri and preaching along the way with him. But Joseph, outside of Ezra Booth, among members, he is receiving harsh criticism from several members who are turning against him. Now, Ezra Booth, he was part of the small conference in Missouri, like that spiritual conference that we read a few sections back. And he was, a high priest, but it was only 5 months since he joined the church, and then he left the church. So that was a span of 5 months, and then he would write and publish in the Ohio Star, is it called? 9 writings against Joseph. He did try to start his own church. He had a handful of meetings, several meetings, and he would actively preach against Joseph Smith, but it soon and quickly disassembled, and he didn't do anything with that. But he did, obviously, he did not return to the church. It's kind of interesting when you think about it, though. Know what I mean? It's just when we have these expectations. If I'm trying to put myself, I want to put myself in his place, and I always want to try and see myself in these people I'm reading about instead of being like, well, he did this wrong and that, whatever. I don't want to pick him apart in only a negative way. I want to try and see myself in him too. And the way that I can see myself in him is just like, actually I do that on some scale, where the Lord asked me to do something and my expectations are not met. The Lord asked me to do something all the time, and it's not what I had in mind. It's different than I had in mind. And that is hard. That's where I can see myself in him. So this is a kind of a hefty chapter. This is a good one to set your phone down and listen to me read to you, because it is like 70 verses, and it is 66 verses, and it is, it's one of those chapters where the Lord is going to stand up for himself and his doctrine and his name, and he does. So should I read? Oh, I have this space heater on my face, and now I'm really hot, and I know if I turn it off, I'm probably going to be really cold. Is it quieter now? Oh, I feel like it's so quiet. I had this new girl do my eyelashes, and I feel like I kind of have like caterpillars on my eyelids. They are a little extreme, these ones are. Would not love them, but we're stuck with them for the next 2 weeks, so just bear with my caterpillars. I feel like if I blink really fast, I'll fly away. Okay. We're in section 63. In response to Joseph having a lot of members attacking him, not liking what he's doing, thinking that he should be running things differently, turning against him, also mentioning Isaac and Ezra who left the church. Isaac, who was affected by what was going on, but used it to grow closer to him through it all. Oh, my Lanta! You scared the crap out of me. What are you doing? Oh my gosh, my heart just came out of my freaking chest. There's like a ghost behind me. Why are we out of bed?
I was doing something.
Nope, not right now. I love you. I'll check in on you after I read, Kay?
And it's a secret.
Oh, do you want to tell me the secret?
Yeah.
What?
I was getting my blue blanket. I got all my toys inside of it.
Oh, you did? Okay, go. I'll check on you when I'm done reading. Okay.
Big.
You guys should have warned me someone was behind me. Okay. Quietly go through, Christian, because you're going to wake Mercy up, okay? Be so quiet. I'll come in a few minutes. Okay. Okay, let's read. We're in section 63. This is when, obviously, the biggest focus up till this point is they were focusing on the church, growing, building the church. What does this look like? Receiving revelation for every little thing to setting up the church. But now their biggest focus was on something tangible, which is Zion. They just received where it could be. And you know, it's kind of interesting. I've been thinking about this a lot, because it's like there's a big emphasis going into Missouri, which was supposed to be the center place, the gathering place, Zion, New Jerusalem. And then what? We didn't get a temple yet. They don't stay there long. They don't stay there. I mean, 2 years of these Jackson County revelations that we're reading, Zion is in flames. And they're on the run from persecutors. And so it's just like, wait, why am I going on tangents on a chapter that has 70 verses? I don't know. But this is something that I've been thinking about a lot. Why? Why is Joseph sacrificing and receiving all of this revelation on something that doesn't work? Know what I mean? Zion is up in flames. Everyone's run out. He receives this great spiritual thing to build and dedicate the grounds for a temple, and all of these things do not happen. Zion in Missouri right now is not happening. why, what, and if I am among the saints right now, I absolutely would be the ones to be thinking, what the heck is happening? Who is this guy? You know what I mean? Where is the Lord in this revelation when look what's not happening, or look how it's turning out? I have these thoughts in my own life. Wait, was he even part of this? Because look at how this turned out. You know what I mean? But what I have learned is promised blessings and revelations and these sacred things that happen to us in our lives, they do come to pass. Promised blessings do come, but they don't always come in order. I do not doubt the reality of the sacred things that have happened to Joseph in reference to Zion and what was promised in Missouri, because when we think about the last days, Missouri is part of that. So I can't help but wonder, what he was seeing and receiving with Missouri, I believe that is still valid even now. And we can in some point see that come to pass. Kind of like Laman and Lemuel. One of my favorite stories in the Book of Mormon is when Laman and Lemuel snap, because they're mad. They're mad because they had to give up and to sacrifice and all of these years in the wilderness. And for what? Jerusalem, because it was supposed to be destroyed. But years are passing. Years are passing. And guess what's still there? Jerusalem. So I would have to side with Laman and Lemuel in that one argument. What the heck? We were told that Jerusalem was going to be destroyed, and years are passing, and after all this sacrifice, and for what? Destruction that hadn't even happened yet? And how many times I see myself saying, why am I doing something? How much longer? For what? Blessings that aren't even happening yet? But what I know in my own personal life, and what we were shown in Laman and Lemuel in Jerusalem, just in the very first chapter, on the very first page of 2nd Nephi, even and regardless of all of the passing time, Jerusalem was destroyed. And just like regardless of our passing time now with this or in our own lives, regardless of passing time, his promises will be fulfilled. What God tells us is going to happen, it will be fulfilled. So when I think of Zion, that is and everything that was supposed to come to be and did not come to be, I believe it still can come to pass. Promised blessings do come, but they don't always come in order. 6 years I got priesthood blessings telling me to move to New York. And it just never happened. I would receive a priesthood blessing saying move to New York, and then I would move to Arizona. And then I got another priesthood blessing saying to move to New York, and then we moved back to Utah. And then I got a priesthood blessing saying go to, all this things I'm going to do in New York. And then we moved back to Arizona. And it's just like, it's not that those were wrong priesthood blessings. It just, it'll happen. Just not yet. That's how I see all of this. Geez, at this rate, we should just end the live and just read the dang chapter tomorrow. Section. Okay. I'm actually going to read my underlyings. No, we're just going to read. Okay. 63, here we go. Set your phone down and multitask because we are in it, but they are on the edge of your seat verses of In It to Win It 70 chapters. Oh my, 70 verses. Here we go. Hearken, O ye people, and open your hearts. Give ear from afar and listen, you that call yourselves the people of the Lord. Hear the word of the Lord and his will concerning you. Verily, verily, nope. Yea, verily, I say, hear the word of him whose anger is kindled against the wicked and rebellious, who willeth to take even them whom he will take, and preserveth in this life them whom he will preserve, who buildeth up at his own will and pleasure, and destroyeth when he pleases. Sometimes I feel like I read with a lisp, with all of the THs. Buildeth up at his own will and pleasure, and destroyeth when he pleases, and is able to cast the soul down to hell. Behold, I, the Lord, utter my voice, and it shall be obeyed. Wherefore, verily I say, let the wicked take heed. Let the rebellious fear and tremble. And it's interesting because when we talk about the wicked right now, we're talking about members of the church. Which is actually, no, let's just keep reading. Okay. Destroy, hold. Okay. Verily I say unto you, let the wicked take heed. Let the rebellious fear and tremble, and let the unbelieving hold their lips, for the day of wrath shall come upon them as a whirlwind, and all flesh shall know that I am God. Isn't that crazy? The day of wrath shall come upon them as a whirlwind. It's just a visual. And he that seeketh signs shall see signs, but not unto salvation. Verily I say unto you, there are those among you who seek signs, and there have been such even from the beginning. And behold, as we know, this is a good or commonly talked about section, which is faith versus signs and what order they should come in. Behold, faith cometh not by signs, but signs follow those that believe. So what is our next step? If signs come after we believe and faith, then what can our next step look like to keep us moving forward and doing and acting? All right, yea, signs come by faith, not by the will of men, nor as they please, but by the will of God. Yea, signs come by faith unto mighty works. For without faith no man pleaseth God. Mighty works, I just think is such an interesting and important word. Signs come from mighty works, not waiting passively for them to come. Not waiting for God to show us, like, yes, this is right, yes, he is here, or whatever. I feel like I find myself sitting sometimes, a lot of times, waiting for him to tell me, okay, what's next? Or how should this look like? How should I move forward? Or what does moving forward look like? Or why haven't I received this yet? Why isn't this happening yet? But mighty works. It does not come from waiting passively for him to just give it to us. With whom God is angry, he is not well pleased. Wherefore unto such he showeth no signs, only in wrath unto their condemnation. Wherefore I, the Lord, am not pleased with those among you who have sought after signs and wonders for faith, not for the good of men unto my glory. So where is our focus? Nevertheless, I give commandments, and may have turned away from commandments, and have not kept them. There were among you adulterers, adulteresses, some of whom have turned away from you, and others remain with you, that hereafter shall be revealed. Let such beware, and repent speedily, lest judgment shall come upon them as a snare, and their folly shall be made manifest, and their works shall follow in the eyes of the people. And verily I say unto you, as I have said before, he that looketh on a woman to lust after her, or if any shall commit adultery in their hearts, they shall not have the Spirit. They shall deny the faith and shall fear. Wherefore I, the Lord, have said that the fearful and the unbelieving and all liars, and whosoever loveth and maketh a lie, and the whoremonger and the sorcerer shall have their part in that lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death. Verily I say that they shall not have part in the first resurrection. And now behold, I, the Lord, say unto you that ye are not justified because these things are among you. I actually feel like we sometimes fall into this trap that because we're members, we're entitled to more things or certain things, maybe like a first resurrection, but our membership has little to do with what we receive. And how often we read that actually non-members are better off in a lot of cases because they don't know, but they weren't taught the way that we were taught. So we are held to a different standard, and we are not safe simply because we are members. I mean, the entire Book of Mormon are Nephites and members being worse than the Lamanites. So let's just use God in the way that he wants us to be better every day. Try a little bit. Just try in any degree every day. If we're trying, we have nothing to fear. It's when we stop trying and stop caring. I think that is a good line of, yeah. Let's read. Nevertheless, he that endureth in faith, doeth my will, the same shall overcome. And the shall receive an inheritance upon the earth when the day of transfiguration shall come, when the earth shall be transfigured, even according to the pattern which was shown unto mine apostles upon the mount, of which account the fullness you have not received. And now verily I say unto you, that as I said, I would make known my will unto you. Behold, I will make it known unto you. Not by the way of the commandment, for there are many who observe not to keep my commandments. But unto him that keepeth my commandments, I will give the mysteries of my kingdom. And the same shall be in him a well of living water, springing up unto everlasting life. I love that visual. Shall be in him a well of living water, springing up unto everlasting life. And now behold, this is the will of the Lord, your God, concerning his saints, that they should assemble themselves together unto the land of Zion, not in haste, lest there should be confusion, which bringeth pestilence. Behold, the land of Zion, I, the Lord, hold it to my own hands. Nevertheless, I, the Lord, render unto Caesar the things which are Caesar's. Wherefore, I, the Lord, will that you should purchase the lands, that you may have advantage of the world, that you may have claim on the world, that you may not be stirred up into anger, for Satan putteth into their hearts to anger against you, and to the shedding of blood. Wherefore the land of Zion shall not be obtained, but by purchase or by blood, otherwise there is none inheritance for you. And if by purchase, behold, you are blessed. And if by blood, as you are forbidden to shed blood, lo, your enemies are upon you. You shall be scourged from the city to city, and synagogue to synagogue, and but few shall stand to receive an inheritance. I, the Lord, am angry with the wicked. I am holding my spirit from the inhabitants of the earth. I have sworn in my wrath and decreed wars upon the face of the earth. The wicked shall slay the wicked. The fear shall come upon every man. The saints shall also, The saints also shall hardly escape. What? The saints also shall hardly escape. Nevertheless, I, the Lord, am with them. It will be tricky because of what's going on around us, but he's with us. And I will come down in heaven from the presence of my Father and consume the wicked with unquenchable fire. Ah! And you know, we've talked about this before, is a lot of these people who are wicked in the scriptures, yes. Some of them just straight up yes. But a lot of them probably didn't feel like they were being wicked. Like, some of them just thought that, yeah, my expectations weren't met. Yeah, I thought this would be different. Yeah, I think things could be run differently. Maybe it's not always hate and anger. Wickedness in these scriptures that we read about can easily be masked as passion, or confusion, or just what makes logical sense. And so when I read about the wicked, I give them mercy because I see myself in them when I peel back these layers of labels. Yeah. That's why I just think it's so important to do the little things, because I think they're the most important. Telling him everything, trying hard every day, being mindful of him every day, even among the confusion, because, it's so easy to just go over our heads our wickedness. You know what I mean? Unquenchable fire. Well, I do not want that. And behold, this is not yet, but by and by. Wherefore, seeing that I, the Lord, have decreed all things upon the face of the earth, I will that my saints should be assembled upon the land of Zion, and that every man should take righteousness in his hands, and faithfulness upon his loins, lift up a warning voice unto the inhabitants of the earth, and declare both by word and by flight that desolation shall come upon the wicked. Wherefore, let my disciples in Kirtland arrange, Christian, please go to bed, please, their temporal concerns who dwell upon this farm. Let my servant Titus Billings, who has the cares thereof, dispose of the land, that he may be prepared in the coming spring to take his journey up upon the land of Zion, with those that dwell upon the face thereof, excepting those whom I shall reserve unto myself, that shall not go until I shall command them. Christian, you need to be in bed, please. Nope, it's bedtime and you have school tomorrow. I'll check in on you in a few minutes, but you got to be laying down. Okay, love you so good. Yeah. And let all the monies which he can be spared, it mattereth not unto me whether it be little or much, be sent up unto the land of Zion, unto them whom I have appointed to receive. Behold, I, the Lord, will give unto my servant Joseph Smith Jr. power, that he shall be enabled to discern the Spirit, those who shall go up to the land of Zion, and those are my disciples who shall tarry. Let my servant Newell K. Whitney retain the store, or in other words, the store, his store, or the store, yet for a little season. Nevertheless, let him impart all the money which he can impart, to be sent unto the land of Zion. Behold, these things are in his own hands. Let him do according to his wisdom. Verily I say unto him, be ordained as an agent unto the disciples that shall tarry, and let him be ordained unto this power. And now speedily visit the churches, expounding these things unto them with my servant Oliver Cowdery. Behold, this is my will. Obtain monies, even as I have directed. He that is faithful and endureth shall overcome the world. He that is faithful and endureth shall overcome the world. We did not underline that, but I'm going to underline that. Shall overcome the world. He that sendeth up treasures unto the land of Zion shall receive an inheritance in this world, and his work shall follow him. So in this world and in the world to come. And also, in a world to come. His work shall follow him, a reward in the world to come. What reward will we receive in the world to come? That is a tongue twister. I don't know. We get to pick. We pick our reward. We pick where we go after here. How do we do that? Well, by what we choose to do with our agency, what we do and do not do. Really with repenting. Everything can be erased if we just turn to him and ask for forgiveness and try. Okay. Blessed are the dead, for they shall die in the Lord. From henceforth, when the Lord shall come, and old things shall pass away, and things become new, they shall rise from the dead, and shall not die after, and shall receive an inheritance before the Lord in the holy city. That's verse 29. It has a lot of everlasting promises in that. You shall rise from the dead. You will not die again after that. You will receive an inheritance before the Lord in a holy city that you will receive. You shall. It's going to happen. And he that liveth when the Lord shall come, will come, and hath kept the faith. Blessed is he. Nevertheless, it is appointed to him to die at the age of men. Wherefore children shall grow up until they become old. Old men shall die, and they shall not sleep in the dust. They shall, and they shall be changed in the twinkling of an eye. Wherefore, for this cause, preaching the apostles unto the world the resurrection of the dead, these things are the things that you must look for, and speaking after the manner of the Lord, they are now nigh at hand, and the time to come, even in the day of the concerning of the Son of Man. And until the hour there will be foolish virgins among the wise. Is that us right now? Have we become distracted and unprepared because our wickedness is masked by logic, by distractions, by missed expectations? I don't know. There will be foolish virgins among the wise. And that hour cometh, an entire separation of righteousness and wicked. And in the day will I send mine angels to pluck out the wicked, cast them into unquenchable fire. And now behold, verily, I say unto you, I, the Lord, am not pleased with my servant Sidney Rigdon. And he exalted himself in his heart, and received not counsel. So how could we maybe be falling or getting closer to the line of wicked? Don't you hate that word, that's the word we use in scriptures? Such a limiting label. Well, by receiving not his counsel, and it's not because he was not given counsel, it's because we are not receiving we're not the ones catching on to it and doing something with it. So maybe the Lord is not pleased with Sidney because he is not doing anything with the counsel that was given to him. So, good self-reflection question. Am I doing what the Lord wants me to be doing? Am I doing what he counseled me to do in my personal life? I don't know. But I really think I should ask that question now. If Sidney Rigdon's getting a little chastised for it, I should probably do some fixing myself. Okay, grieved the Spirit. Wherefore his writings is not acceptable unto the Lord, for he shall make another, and if the Lord receiveth it not, behold, he standeth no longer in the office to which I have appointed him. And again, verily I say unto you, those who desire in their hearts in meekness to warn sinners to repentance, let them be ordained unto this power. For this is the day of warning, and not a day of many words, for I, the Lord, am not to be mocked in the last days. Behold, I am from above, and my power lieth beneath. I am over all, and in all, and through all, and search all things, and the day cometh that all things shall be subject unto me. Behold, I'm Alpha and Omega, even Jesus Christ. Wherefore let all my men beware how they take my name in their lips. For behold, verily I say that there many be who are under this condemnation, who use the name of the Lord, use it in vain, having no authority. Wherefore let the church repent of their sins, and I, the Lord, will own them. Otherwise they shall be cut off. Wherefore that which cometh from above is sacred, must be spoken with care and by constraint of the Spirit. And in this there is no condemnation, and you shall receive the Spirit through prayer. Wherefore, without this there remaineth condemnation. Let my servants Joseph Smith, Jr., Sidney Rigdon, seek them a home, as they are taught through the prayer by the Spirit. These things remain to overcome through patience. Overcome through patience. Overcome through patience, that such may receive a more exceeding and eternal weight of glory, otherwise a greater condemnation. Amen. So we can pick. You can and you will, if you choose, receive a more exceeding and eternal weight of glory. Or otherwise, a greater condemnation. So choose wisely. When we say it like that, it seems very easy to choose, doesn't it? Do you want unquenchable fire, or would you want a great glory? Unquenchable fire for me, please. Thank you. Okay. Here's how I underlined it. Hearken. Open your hearts. Give ear. Listen. Hear the word of the Lord and his will concerning you. Take heed. Day of wrath shall come as a whirlwind. Faith cometh not by signs, but signs follow those that believe. What is our next step? Signs come by faith, not by the will of the Lord, nor as they please. Mighty works. Without faith, no man pleaseth God. Where is our focus is just a note I wrote down. Beware, repent, snare. Their works shall follow them. Endureth in faith. Doeth my will. You shall overcome. I would make known my will unto you. I will make it known unto you. I will give the mysteries of kingdom. Shall be in him a well of living water, sparkling up unto everlasting life. This is the will of the Lord, your God. Satan putteth into their hearts to anger against you. Your enemies are upon you. The wicked shall slay the wicked. Saints also shall hardly escape. But I, the Lord, am with them and will come. Be prepared. Take your journey. Discern the Spirit. Enduring shall, faithful and endureth shall overcome the word. His work shall follow him. So we're seeing a lot of repetition on a few things. They shall rise. There will be foolish virgins. Unquenchable fire. I, the Lord, am not pleased, received not counsel. I am over all and in all and through all. You receive the Spirit through prayer. They are taught through prayer by the Spirit. Overcome through patience. That, I think, is one of my reminders when things are not going as expected. And I feel like things should be going different. To just overcome through patience and see it all, reminding myself that promised blessings do not come in order. You may receive a more exceeding and eternal weight of glory. Otherwise, greater condemnation. And I wrote, it mattereth not unto me whether it be little or much. So that was in reference to monies. Let all the monies which can be spared. It mattereth not unto me whether it be little or much. Kind of made me thought of that miracle with the loaves, where they had the food that they had. This is all we have. And then the Lord did with it as he needed to, regardless. So I kind of liked that. So we invested a lot in tonight's chapter, but nothing to it but to do it. So I guess I don't need to rehash anything I just said to make this any longer. Whatever thoughts that you had reading this, pay attention to your thoughts that you had, because your thoughts are different than someone else's thoughts, which means that may be something we should be thinking about and paying attention to more. Maybe more study, maybe more self-reflection, maybe some changing. I don't know. I do see myself in Ezra, who left the church. I do see myself in Laman and Lemuel, who were considered wicked. I do see myself in wondering and searching when things are going differently. But the difference between Ezra and Isaac is Isaac let it bring him closer to God. And so we have the choice. We can be Ezra or we can be Isaac. We can either let it take us away in these whirlwinds, or we can let it bring us closer to him by allowing ourselves to do what we can to stay close. Turn to him. Don't let our anger bring us backwards, but let our anger or confusion or disappointment turn into productive seeking and teaching moments. We did it. I'll see you tomorrow. Great job, you guys. Way to go. Now I'm going to go hunt down Christian and be like, what are you doing? It's 10 o'clock and you got to wake up for school. And I bet you he is sitting on the other side of that door and not asleep. Oh, Matthew, your first time. Okay, well, welcome to the family. That's not usually... No, it's fine. We had a great night. Welcome. I am glad you're here. We have fun. Right? Everyone say, Matthew, come back. We have fun. All right. I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye. Good night.